Bonjour, hola, hello, hello, guys. Shadaventus here, and happy Trans Awareness Day or Trans Visibility Day, however you want to say it. So I have another video, but the thing literally took me forever to record. And it's gonna take me forever to edit. So I just thought of this little short video just for a little filler thing. So let's get on into it. So for this video, I just thought, since it's Trans Visibility Day, what are some common phrases that people say that go against them? Yeah, let's go with that. We're just gonna debate, or not debate. I'm just gonna say why all these are wrong. So obviously, this website it already explains why they're wrong, but I'm giving my 2 cents in it. This is my channel. Okay, let's get on with it. Number one, you aren't insert whatever gender you identify as. You are whatever gender you were born at, whatever sex you were born as. No, Sherlock, like you're born with something in between your legs. Sure, some people, but the fact that intersex people exist is already just a complete disregard of the fact that there are only two genders and two sexes, if you want to go there. Obviously, intersex people exist where they have both. Um, and depending on how they want to live, they can live their life as feminine, masculine, blah blah blah. Neither, like they can live however they want, and so if they get to live their life however they want, then so do people who are not intersex. Simple as that. Very simple. And not only that, I stated in the video I recorded, gender is more so what's up here than what's going on here. So and especially down there. Like it has nothing to do with it. You could see it as a mental disorder. If you see it as a mental disorder, you are wrong. Simple as that. If so, the fact I also state this in my other video. People who say, "Oh, it's just basic biology." The fact that you can only go to basic standards means that you're not smart enough to even do the simplest bit of research. Know that there are only two. Know that there are not only two genders, not only two sexes, and transgender and non-binary people exist. Sorry, Karen. Sorry, Bill. I guess that's what we're calling male Karens now. Sorry, Bill. Uh, yeah, you're wrong. Talk about basic biology. Stuff you learn in high school is just like not even real because it's oversimplified. It's oversimplified to the point where it's just wrong. Uh, the little sex ed class you had back in like middle school, talk about there's a guy with XY chromosomes and there's a girl with XX chromosomes. I'm sorry, there's more than two. There's more than two options. There's at least six different options when it comes to I forgot what the actual word is, but chromosome arrangement. There's at least six, okay? And like obviously when you're in middle school you got other things to learn about. Learning about chromosomes is not on that list. When you're in high school, I'm taking biology. Hopefully, I'm taking biology next year. And so, like, even in high school, it's still oversimplified because it's not really what you're learning. So, unless your teacher's just a bad teacher, like, and you're behind, like, you would not be learning all that stuff. So, they just give you a short version. And so, having said that short version is just oversimplified. Number two, the using the phrase sex change operation. Now, some people they don't really care how you what's it called? They don't really care how you pronounce this phrase. This thing says use gender affirming operation or gender affirming surgeries. Some people just really don't care. Some people they would prefer you use gender affirming surgeries because that's what they are. They affirm your gender because gender is a social construct. I hate this so much. Also, not to mention that it's like none of your business if they had surgery, unless you're planning to get with them that night. Really don't see how it's any of your business uh, to see if they had surgery or not. If you're not planning to get with them, don't ask. Number three, Are you fully transitioned? Again, if you're not planning to get with them, don't ask. Because it's none of your business. Also, mini rant from here. All the bigots are like, oh, they're mutilating your bodies with the transitioning and the surgeries. Okay, I don't see you putting any shame on people who get plastic surgery. I don't see you putting shame on Kim Kardashian because we all know none of those Kardashians are natural. Okay, we all know at least. I mean, I don't pay attention to them because I don't really care for them. But I know at least three of them got plastic surgery. I don't see anybody hating on them. So I did my little research. I went was it plasticsurgery.org. Links in the description, so you don't have to worry about it. Basically, in 2005, um, actually no, I did a quick Google search on when Kim Kardashian actually got famous. It said around 2007, which okay. So we went a little bit before that to see what the research was. Um, so 2005, surgeries, uh, breast augmentation is around 200, a little over 290,000 surgeries in 2005, with liposuction, which is just like a fat loss. It's just like we just lose fat in certain areas. That's not that far behind with like 10,000. Actually, less than 10,000. Um, and then you got nose reshaping at around 200,000, eyelid surgery around 200,000, and what they call a tummy tuck at around 130,000. Now, sure, breast augmentation could be bigger or smaller, but you gotta be thinking about this, people. Like with social media, like it wasn't as big a thing in 2005. It was getting popular, but like it wasn't a big thing in 2005. Obviously, there's gonna be these girls who get these women who get plastic surgery and they post it on Instagram, and then little impressionable girls, they're gonna be like, oh, like obviously if they're not thinking straight, or if they're being like pressured by society, obviously they're gonna think that they're gonna want bigger breasts, and so like geez, oh this is even better. So underneath is minimally invasive. You're gonna complain about breast augmentation when freaking both. Wait, no, breast augmentation. Remember, that's at like around um a little over 290,000. Botox is 3.5 million. Until I see people complaining about Botox, y'all can't be talking about freaking breast augmentation. And then that's only beginning. Like chemical peel, 900,000. Laser hair removal, 600,000. Um, I think it says microdermabrasion. Oh god, I forgot how to. Literally, it's just like okay, the microdermabrasion. That's like you remove the skin. That oh my, that's at 600,000, 630,000, and then I think it's called a sectoral therapy. That's literally oh my god, hold on. Scale sclerotherapy is it says is a procedure used to treat blood vessel malformation and also malformation of lymphatic system. A medicine is injected into your vessels, which makes them shrink. It is used for children and young adults with vascular and lymphatic malformations. That is at the least one with 580,000, almost 600,000. You're going to tell me that, what's it called? You're going to tell me that, oh, something with a problem, like a lymphatic system malformation, that could get surgery with 500,000, almost, like I said, almost 600,000. You're going to tell me that's okay. But a person with gender dysphoria and constantly hating themselves in the mirror every single day, wishing that they had a different body, both of these people want a different body, okay? Like, one way or another, they want a different body. But no, it's suddenly want to chop off their breasts, which is considered sexualized because of society, mostly by men, but most by society. I'm like, all these are much higher than breast augmentation, and that's including bigger and smaller. Like, come on. So around 2007, like I said, when Kim Kardashian started getting popular, you would think that an increase would arise, mostly because the population's increasing, and Kim Kardashian got popular at the time for having plastic surgery on her butt. Yeah. So less than 100,000 more people um got breast augmentation, because in 2007 it's around 350,000. And like liposuction, like I said, that's where you get the fat off. That from 287,000 to 302,000. That's like about 20 something difference. Nose reshaping goes from almost 200,000 to almost 300,000. That's much bigger of a gap than the breast augmentation, and yet I don't see anybody complaining about that. Cause nose isn't sexual. Oh, suddenly all the sexual things are gone. Oh, that's a problem. Yeah, eyelid surgery, tummy tuck, all that increases in 2007. And they want to complain. As far as I know, breast augmentation had the least, like, it looked like it had the least gap. Well, no, liposuction had the least gap, and then breast augmentation is like behind it, I'm pretty sure. I'll put the links in the description, so yeah. So let's hop back into a more recent time. The most recent time they had was 2019. So in 2019, breast augmentation is about 300,000. Mind you, Botox was at 3.5 million. And again, nobody wants to complain about that, but it hasn't even reached 300,000 in 2018. So liposuction was 265,000. Eyelid surgery, 211,000. Nose reshaping, 207,000. And facelift is 123,000. Now, according to this, the breast augmentation was a 4% decrease from 2018, which means less people are getting breast augmentation. Well, the liposuction, eyelid surgery, and a facelift, that is going from anywhere from 2 to 3% higher than 2018. Laser hair removal, 1 million. Chemical peel, 1.3 million. Soft tissue fillers, 2.7 million. What I believe is Botox. It says botulinum toxin type A. I'm pretty sure that's Botox, but I could be wrong. 7.7 million. And intense pulse light, to 685,000. Now, all these, apart from chemical peel and laser hair removal, have an increase from 2 to 4%. No, from 1 to 4%. While chemical peel has no change, laser hair removal has a 2% decrease since 2018. Now, until I see these people start complaining about plastic surgery and want to just ban plastic surgery altogether, I do not want to see a single person, because if that's the case, I hate hypocritical people with a deep passion. Like, that is one thing I hate. I hate hypocrites, and not just admitting they're hypocrite. Because like when I joke with my friends, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just a hypocrite, and then I joke with them like, oh, you're a hypocrite, and they admit it. Like they'll admit they're a hypocrite, and then, or like it's very obvious when they say no, and then you know, but it's very obvious that they're joking. But that's besides the point. People who like, they just don't admit that they're a hypocrite, I hate it with a deep, deep, deep passion. Back to the video, or back to the original plan of the video. I just have to get my little rant in about plastic surgery, because that's always been on my mind when it came to people talking about, oh, they're mutilating your bodies, and yeah. She's like, you either take them all down, take all surgeries down, or take none of them down. Like, don't pick and choose. Freaking bigoted hypocrite. What I think is number 3 or 4. You can correct me. I don't know. Are you pre-op or post-op? Again, unless you're trying to get with them, don't ask. Simple. If you're trying to get with them, then I guess you have a right to have a preference. You don't have a right to be a bigot, but you have a right for a preference. And yeah. Number 5. You need to have gender dysphoria to be transgender. And also, and like most trans people, they do have dysphoria. but you don't need gender dysphoria to, what's it called, like, match your gender identity. Like I said, it's mostly up here. So, like, if you don't mind what your body looks like, but you know how you want to be presented as, then by all means, you don't have to have gender dysphoria. Just go with it. Number 6, you don't look transgender. You don't. There's not a single way to look transgender. There's a terminology called passing, where if you are assigned the opposite sex, like, let's just use female to male. If you're assigned female at birth and you want to transition a little more like a male, you would get surgeries, most likely, you take testosterone, you do everything you can to make yourself look as masculine as possible, look like a man as possible. And therefore, based on society's standards, you will be considered a man. But if you don't care about passing, then by all means, you don't have to pass. It's just whatever you gotta whatever makes you happy. Using derogatory, oh no, it's like 7 or whatever. Number 7, using derogatory phrases like she-male, or it. They have he, she on there, but there are people who use both pronouns, so I'm not gonna put that on there. So she-male and it. Why would you call somebody it? And it is an it, like using pronoun it is referring to an inanimate object, or something. Let's see. Yeah, it's just referred to as an inanimate object. The fact is like, oh, what about dogs? Okay, but first of all, it does not take long to figure out the gender of a dog. Just go on the side. If you're really curious, it really shouldn't matter what gender your dog is, unless you're gonna go pick it out for yourself to live with you. I really don't see what the point of figure out the gender of a dog is. And if you're really curious to figure out what the gender of a dog is, just go on the side. If it has like 6 to 9 little things, then it's a girl. If it's one thing, then it's a dude. Simple as that. And I just realized some bigot is gonna compare humans to dogs. If that's the case, I might as well call. If it's a female, what's it called? If it's a female comparing a human to a dog, then I have every right to call you a bitch, because refers to as a female dog. So I have every right to call you a bitch if that's the case. So if you don't like that, then shut up. And then not even to mention, like, just calling somebody it or she-male, like, you're just trying to make the person feel bad at that point, and you should really be judging your character based off of that. But at this rate, if you're anywhere in your like late, if you're an adult at this point, I really have low faith in adults. But if you're an adult and you over here making fun of children because they feel like they're a different gender, I give up all faith in you, and you have no hope whatsoever. Trans number, I don't know, 8. Using transsexual and transvestite. Okay, according to this, I never really use these words. But if that's the case, like I said, I never really use these words. I just use transgender or just trans. But like, even though they are outdated terms, if a person wants to be called these things, which I doubt they will, but if for some reason they do want to be called those things, then you can call them those things, only with their permission. But then, like, even with their permission, you still gotta be, like, precautious of it, because you can't use it all the time. It's just probably that one-time thing. Like, calling a black person the N-word. That's probably a bad example. You should never call a black person the N-word if you're not black yourself. Just how you should never call a gay person the F-word for the fact that you are not gay yourself. If you are gay, then by all means, call each other that all you want. Yeah, have fun. Number 9. What is your real name? And by that means, what is your what's it called? Your birth name versus your chosen name. Your chosen name is if you decide to change your name later on, is basically what you pick. Um, so that'll be your chosen name. But these nosy little people want to know what your birth name was. They have no right to know that. Okay, despite whatever facts they want to pull up, they have no right to know your actual birth name unless it's a professional that like needs medical stuff or like what's it called? It's a professor or something, and you haven't changed your name yet legally. Then, if it's none of those things, then nobody needs to know your actual name. Simple. Alright, guys, that's the end of my video. Sorry for, I guess longer than I thought it would. I thought this would take me like 10 minutes, but yeah. So, be Adventist, be yourself, stand up, be open, and it'll all be okay. Peace out.